Good evening, Lacrosse fans, and welcome back to Game 3 here from Cole Harbour Place Dartmouth Bandits versus the visiting Sackville Sportwheels Wolves. Bandits definitely have their backs up against the wall here as they are down two games to nil. Sackville, key to their success, doing the same thing that got them here. They have had two dominant performances. The Bandits have to adjust, have to make the adjustments. They got frustrated late in Game 2. They're going to have to keep those emotions in check, but use that energy if they're going to get to a Game 4 here. Bandits won both season games, 6-1 and 6-5, I believe. Obviously, that has no bearing on playoffs as they are down here 2 games to none, as we mentioned. We're going to get a quick break for the Mi'kmaq Honor Song as well as the Canadian National Anthem, and then we will get right to the action. Starting goalies for Sackville, Noah Cox, who's been a very dominant force in the crease there for the Wolves, as well as Keegan Horn getting the starts here for the Bandits. Started Game 1, looked good. We'll hope his team can put up a better performance behind him.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Cole Harbour Place for Game 3 of this Best of 5 East Coast Junior Lacrosse League semi-final series. Visiting Sackville Sportwheels Wolves and your hometown Dartmouth Junior Bandits. We ask now that you please rise and your team. Move your head there. Forward, your division director, followed by the Reigning Champion Song and O Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECJL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Acknowledging that we are in Mi'kmaq, the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people is a way to show respect for and honor our shared history and shared treaty relationship. Our relationship based on peace and friendship. It is very important that we continue to recognize our shared history.
My two favorite songs. And we are off. Game 3. Looks like Bouchard, Puma, O'Connell, and Dulong will be on the floor for the Sackville Wolves. Guthrow, Bungay, Watton, Davies, as well as I believe trainer McCullough somewheres is around here on the floor. He'll start in the starting 5 there for the Bandits. Bandits need a sense of urgency from the get-go here. Can't give the Wolves anything when they're down by 2. Looks like we got a late crowd trickling in here. A great looking crowd. As the lineup at the door. Bungay, Dulong do this draw here. Bandits running left to right on your screen. The Wolves right to left in the white and baby blue. Referee-in-chief for the province, Scott, coming just off of this trip to the Worlds. Good to have you back, Scott. Ooh, Dulong loses that draw to Bungay, but Puma picks it up. Puma over to O'Connell. That ball is recovered by the Bandits. Rude. Get that ball to Bungay up at half. Bungay will wait for help as Puma matches feet with him. Little slip pick unfortunately ends up with Thibodeau on the ground. It's going to be a loose ball recovered by Bouchard and quickly passed to Tyler Puma. Puma with some speed, has some help off the bench, flips to Whitford. Whitford drags this ball a little bit lower. Little miscommunication there with Broussard. Nothing doing here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. That's a reset. Eaten up by Keegan Horn. Horn will flip that to Davies. And unfortunately, Davies lets that ball go out and drags it back in. That's going to be a back in here. Not exactly what you want to do after making your first save of the game. Wheatley tries to go back up top to Muir. That's going to get recovered by Forsyth. Forsyth does find Muir. Muir with McCullough. McCullough with the big hack. Good defense there from the young man from Eastern Shore. Gets that stick out there. And McDonald able to put that ball on the ground. Great job there. Recovered by Locke. Locke had speed and was looking to go to the cage, but I believe a moving pick behind the play is going to cause a turnover. Two unforced turnovers here, really not going the way the Bandits needed to go in the opening minute and a half here. Wheatley over the top, met by Davies. Davies, good D there. Trying to force a pass down to Baird. Baird recovers that loose ball. Crease pass to Bouchard. Bouchard with a nice move. Oh, as he fakes far post and goes far post. That goes off the post, off the heel of Horn and in the back of the net. As we look here, Baird recovers that loose ball off the glass, turns inside, gets the ball back to Bouchard. Bouchard fakes far post, goes far post, hits the post, off the ankle of Horn. Nothing doing you can do on that one. O'Connell will take this draw here for the Wolves against Chris Bungay, who's taken the vast majority of draws here for the Bandits. 50-50 ball. Recovered by Puma. Puma is swarmed by some Bandits defenders. Gets it safely up to O'Connell and will change. O'Connell gets some help from Dulong with a nice little pick there up top. Over to Muir. Muir steps in, fakes. Oh, trying to go for that far post. Chest misses. Good attempt there from the righty. Dulong over on the left side gets that shot blocked. It's going to go off. Guthrow with some jets. Might have a lane to the cage. Great job there by Cox. His first save of the game. That's recovered by Tom, and we're going the other way for the Wolves. Tom flips to Wheatley. Wheatley over to Normando. Normando playing the two-man game with Broussard. Finally gets a third from Whitford, the last man on the floor. Nice little Broussard. Shot turned aside by Horn. Good save there from the keeper. Locke has a little bit of room, finds a nice little pass to Hendren. Hendren over to Firth, excuse me. Had to look at this cheat sheet there for that one. Excuse me, Firth. Forsyth has the ball up top. 15 seconds left to work. 1-0 here for the Sackville Sportwheels Wolves. Forsyth drives to his side. Big save there from Horn from the outside shot. Loose ball recovered by Baird. Baird was met with some good job there by Watts to get the ball on the ground. That's going to be a loose ball push. And Wolves recover, get a fresh 30. Forsyth fakes it over to his lefties. Drags the ball, finds Baird in the middle. Baird turns and shoots. A nice save there on a second effort from Horn. Little flip pass intended for Lacrosse is recovered by Rude. Rude is off to the races, looking for his second career goal. Oh, and that's turned aside by Noah Cox. Good job there by Rude to almost disrupt that transition pass as Bouchard gets it over to O'Connell. O'Connell recovers. The lone Wolf gets it to Wheatley. Wheatley has help on that left side and Dulong and finds him. Dulong thinks about going to Broussard. Broussard's going to set a little pick here. Gets it over to the righty O'Connell. O'Connell with the big outside shot goes wide. Recovered. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Broussard will need one here. Steps into it. That goes wide. It's going to hit Chambers. And McCullough will pick that up. McCullough goes over to Guthrow. Guthrow hits Bungay in the middle in transition. A good start here, opening just under 5 minutes here of the first period. 1-0 Wolves. Bungay over to Locke. Locke, 15 seconds of work. Goes down low to McCullough. McCullough gets a nice little pick from Beardsmore. Goes under. Looking to go back to Locke. That's dropped. Thibodeau can't recover in the middle. And that is picked up by a Wolves defender. Barkhouse has Bungay all over him. Bungay able to get in the hands. Good job there for Bungay to disrupt that ball. Good pass to Forsyth. Forsyth with the crease crank. Guthrow recovers. Normando all over him. Guthrow, gets the high sticking penalty. That's going to be a high sticking penalty to Normando, if I'm not mistaken, unless the Bandits can do something here with a Locke with the toe drag. Oh my, a beautiful goal there from Seamus Locke. We're going to get a second look here as Firth gets it over to Locke. Locke, he is constantly a threat in that position, drags that ball low, little toe drag, able to get that inside track and beats Cox just over his left shoulder. Great effort there from the Bandit. He's going to need a lot of that for the rest of this series, as well as his trek up to Niagara with Team Nova Scotia there for the Canada Games here at the end of August. A lot of athletes on this floor will be playing and competing for our province under the same jersey. Bungay, Dulong about to do battle here again. O'Connell and Davies jostling on the restraining line. That is almost picked up by Watton. Good battle here as Guthrow got a little hand on the back of Bouchard. That's going to be a Wolves ball. Puma sets this up, goes to Bouchard. He'll change Bouchard to Dulong. 25 seconds left on the shot. Dulong finds a lane. Oh my, as he fakes far side, goes short side. And just enough room to get the ball behind Horn. We get a nice little look here as Bouchard and him look like they're about to exchange. Bouchard just ducks in, opens up a little lane there by initiating contact. Really should have been that high guy that tried to force his defender down. Good job there from Dulong, and a nice little pick from Bouchard to open up that lane. 2-1 here for the Wolves as they negate the Locke goal. O'Connell, Bungay is going to bounce that to Watton. Good effort there from 14, but that pass from Watton is picked off by Tyler Puma, the assistant captain. He will run the ball safely up the floor. 25 seconds left to work. Turned back by the Bandits defenders, but does have Dulong on the left side. Dulong has help from the bench in Normando and Wheatley. 12 seconds left on the shot clock as Rude and Wheatley get into it. Looks like Rude took a slash penalty, and that ball goes off of the post. We got a fresh 30 here, as well as the delayed penalty. Oh, and it could have been another one there in the middle for Dulong, or on Dulong, excuse me. Rude, excuse me. Number 15 is not on my list. Sorry, Cole Julian, excuse me. Cole Julian getting his first look on the game sheet here. And that's in the penalty box. That could definitely be more than 2, so we'll see what the officials say here. Rude will be in the box for 2 or more. I was right. Looks like Rude got 2 minutes for the high stick, and Julian got 2 minutes for the high stick, 2 minutes for the rough. Not exactly the momentum needed here in the opening frame. Cole Harbour Place packed stands here. Love seeing that. Brassard, Bichard, West, and Wheatley out here for the 4-on-3 power play. As it was actually Will Normando taking a 2-minute penalty as well there. Brassard over to West, West down low to Wheatley. As they pass around the perimeter, you're waiting for something to open up. Wheatley up to West. West steps into one. That goes wide. That's good defense there from Locke. Locke all over Brassard and West. He's giving those 2 fits. Trying to get back. Good job there from Locke to get back on D. And recover that. Good stop there from Horn. Guthrow now with the ball for the Bandits. Gets that ball back to Locke. That was just behind him. Fortunately, he could not reach back to get that. But a fortuitous bounce ends that ball back up with Locke. Locke. Good strip there from Puma. Gets the ball on the ground. Recovered by Beardsmore. Beardsmore with 2 seconds. Needs a shot here. And does not get it. Good job there by the Wolves to not allow an attempt there. Puma starts this up. He'll drag it on the far side. Forsyth coming over. Almost would have been better to give that outlet pass option instead of coming over to set a pick. Forsyth and Whitford play catch up top. Forsyth steps into one. That's turned aside again by Horn, who's been sharp early. This ball's kicked all the way down to the Wolves netminder. And he's going to toss it to Forsyth. Forsyth with 23 seconds left, and until we're back on 5-on-5 lacrosse. Dulong over to Wheatley. Wheatley steps into one. A nice underhand shot. Just gets under the left leg of Horn. As that was a very good shot. We get a second look here. Ball's on the left side. The side that the left-handed shooters are on. Dulong goes over to Wheatley. See Sneath kind of sneaking over. Can't get back over. And a nice little shot just through that opening where the stick and the leg kind of separated. That's a goal scorer's goal from 23. Ty Wheatley. And we are back. I thought we would be back to 4-on-4 lacrosse, but no, still in the box for 10 seconds. Puma has Dulong, finds him. Dulong with a lane, tries to go inside on, and does on Rude. as he is bumped. Trainer McCullough keeping the peace over there. McCullough, one of those Canada Games teams, along with Dulong, Canada Games players. Bungay gets dumped by Dulong, and that's going to bring in Beardsmore. But Bungay somehow keeps that ball in his stick, ends up getting it lost when he gets back up. Watton puts that ball into the stick of Puma. Puma comes down with speed, trying to find Normando. Normando can't handle that. Guthrow gets the pass. Guthrow on a 1-on-2, he will wisely pull out and wait for help. Wheatley identifying that, trying to pressure. Didn't realize Guthrow does have some wheels and some hands. Good pick there from Firth. As Guthrow still trying to kill this. Good job there from 13. Recovered by Bouchard. Bouchard will wait for this power play unit to get out. Muir, Wheatley, Normando, and the last one is Dulong getting out there with 15 seconds left to work. 45 in the power. Normando over to Wheatley. Wheatley looks off down low, goes back to Normando. Normando over to Dulong. Dulong up to Muir. Muir rockets one just over, but recovered by Dulong late with the shot clock. And that shot doesn't hit either. It's going to be a shot clock violation of Bandits ball. It's 5 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first and opening frame here at Cole Harbour Place. The Sackville Sportwheels Wolves are up 3-1. Nice little move by Locke, trying to make this a even game before the end of the quarter. Oh, and a flip pass picked off by the defender, but Bungay recovers. Good job there from 14. All over him are the Wolves, still trying to kill the remainder of this penalty. Thibodeau flips to Bungay and pays the price for it. Bungay. Oh, a good slide there. Thought that was going to be worse than that as Tom and Bungay get tripped up. That's going to be a shot clock violation of Wolves ball. Puma up to Broussard. Broussard about to step into one and has the room, goes wide, and that's going to go all the way down for a back over. And that's why you don't like seeing shots taken with 24 seconds left in a shot clock. You have to cherish the ball. McCullough finds Watton in the middle. Watton just misses that far post. Good job there as he tries to bring it back. I guess it would have been the close post in that scenario. Forsyth off to the races. 3 Bandits behind him. Forsyth brings one off the post. Great job there by the Bandits to keep that out of the net. Oh my, as that was would have been a suicide pass if I've ever seen one. Luckily, the Bandits didn't pull the trigger on that one. Firth does lose a stick though. Normando up to Whitford, and he will change. Bouchard comes down to help. 3:57 left in the first quarter. Whitford does take that outside shot, recovered by Rude. Rude looking up, trying to find Davies, just puts that a little too far in front of him. Recovered by Cox, and we go the other way. Wheatley has Bouchard on the left side, has Baird and Muir on his right. Muir, the righty, met by Guthrow. Guthrow seeing what he's going to do. Pick there from Baird. Flip pass, not recovered, but picked up by McDonald. McDonald gets it over half, and he looks for his bench. A little flip there as Locke recovers. And tries a fake. The ball ends up spitting out and goes right to Cox. Good job there from Locke to try to get that back. That ball's put on the ground there by a nice check from Bungay. Recovered by West. West wisely pulls that out, gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard down to Dulong. Dulong out in the middle to West. West makes no mistake as he goes short side. Good effort here. The play started by West. West goes back to Bouchard. Bouchard down to Dulong. And West just cuts right through the middle as nobody's looking. All that time and space, not much you could do on that if you're Keegan Horn. not anything to shake your head at. A 3-goal spread here in the first quarter. Lot of lacrosse left to be played if you're a Dartmouth Bandit. Bungay O'Connell, 50-50 ball gets picked up by Tyler Puma. Puma over to Dulong. Dulong is met by Beardsmore. Gets it down to Normando. Normando drags it over the top, gets it to O'Connell. O'Connell back to the lefty. Dulong just misses that one. Beardsmore will start this ball up as it went out of bounds. Beardsmore up to Watton. Watton down to Thibodeau. Nice little cut and pick there. Rolls to the middle. Thibodeau trying to get that ball to Locke, and it goes out of bounds. Puma over to Normando. Wolves have looked super sharp here early on. Wheatley gets it over to Broussard. Broussard steps into one, goes over the top of the defender. He's met by Rude. Good helping defense there from the Bandits. That's what they're going to need here. Good pass, finds Watts. Watts with speed. Nice outside shot. That's going to go off the right arm of Cox. And Bandits will get their offensive unit out here with an extended shot clock. Hendren looks to Bungay. That's disrupted there by Tom and recovered by Puma. Puma, one man to beat, and it's Locke. Locke, an athlete. Gets a good hack there, stops him. Good job there by Seamus Locke to turn him back. And another hack there from Bungay. Unfortunately, he is out in no man's land. Davies all over Wheatley. Wheatley, oh my! As he turns and shoots around the pick. A great job there by 23. Get a second look here. West in the middle sets that pick over on Beardsmore. He comes just over, Davies, comes over that, able to use it and finds that far post. An underhand shot, not much bounce on that one. The Bandits might want to take note of that and start putting it at the feet of Cox, as he has been tough to beat up high all night, all series. They have to start changing the plane of attack. O'Connell, Bungay, recovered by Watton. Good win there from the Bandits. Normando. Watton with the little crippler pass to Bungay. Bungay recovers, but is met by Puma. Puma with a good hack there. Recovered by Bungay. Bungay finds a lane, tries to go over, goes back up top to Locke. Locke gets a pick from McCullough, another pick from McCullough, goes over, and a big shot from Locke, as that's his second of the night. And an important one there, 43.7 seconds left in the first frame. We get a look here. Good effort here from trainer McCullough to come set that pick. Rolls in, comes sets this pick. Finally, Locke gets to use that one, has that gap. And a beautiful shot, gets the goalie stepping. And it's down low through the 5-hole. What did I just say, Tanner McDonald? I said, shoot the ball low. And he shoots the ball low. Good job, Seamus Locke. Dulong, Bungay. Clean win by Bungay. That's going to be a violation, though. Gets it either way. Bungay finds Watton. Watton methodically waiting for a pick here. Bouchard battles through that one. Ball's put on the ground by Wheatley, and a loose ball pitch is going to give that ball back to the Bandits as Beardsmore and Puma get tangled up. Watton will start this for the Bandits, gets a pick from Bungay, but doesn't move towards it. Nice little inside move by the big man. That's turned aside by Cox. Good effort there from the Wolves. Unfortunately, doesn't come to fruition. 9 seconds left to go. 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Davies will try to get that on net and just misses as a late attempt. Good first quarter I always had a coach that said you never want to get scored on in the last minute of any period or quarter, and that's exactly it. By scoring with that 57 seconds left or wherever Locke scored, it almost gives the Bandits that something to build off of going into the second quarter, which is what they're going to need to get this game and get to a game 4. We're going to take a short break. We will be back for the second quarter. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mitch Hannigan. I will see you in about 4.5 minutes. Bungay loses that ball, wins that draw, gets it to Watton. Watton gets that ball up to McCullough, almost looking like a set play off the Bungay face-off win. Good effort there from the Bandits to start this quarter the right way. Picked up by Puma in the corner, dropped. That ball is recovered by the Wolves. Tom takes that to the far side safely. Tom finds Broussard off the bench, 20 seconds left to work for the Wolves. Gets it over to the righty O'Connell. O'Connell thinks about going down to Muir, but shoots, and that beats Horn through the left arm, I believe. As we get a second look here, Broussard gets it over to O'Connell. O'Connell fakes it down to Muir. You'll see here, boom, then comes over the top. Just goes through the hand and the hip area of Horn. Bungay Dulong again in the draw dot. And Bungay gets the violation win. Guthrow dragging this ball low on the bench side. Gets the ball back up to Bungay. Bungay over to the lefty, Seamus. Seamus blocked. Good effort there from the Wolves defender to get the stick on the hands and forcing that ball up and out of bounds. Normando has a lane. Oh, a nice little pass to Lacroix. Lacroix finds that far post. The Wolves are up again, 6-2. Here we get a second look. Good job there by Normando. See, as Normando, he's coming down, he sees his man off the bench, and he'll drag the ball towards the middle of the floor, making that defender forced to play two. Opens up that little lane for Lacroix. Lacroix, great job there to find that far post and get the ball past Horn. The Wolves lead 7-2 here early in the second quarter. A lot of times left. Ball on the ground, recovered by Guthrow. Guthrow, two Wolves all over him. Looking for help. Takes it behind the net. Finds Thibodeau. Thibodeau will turn. Goes up top to Beardsmore. Beardsmore, 15 seconds left to work here. Tries to flip to Locke. That ball's recovered by Locke. Good effort there, but he has two Wolves on him. Now a third. Great job there by Puma to dump it to Bouchard. Bouchard unfortunately loses the foot race as Beardsmore, looks like a delayed penalty behind the play. Number 9, Locke, is going to go 2 minutes for the slash. The Bandits certainly need him on the floor. He is a key to their success. Broussard starts this power play up top, goes to Whitford. Whitford down to Lacroix. Lacroix up to Whitford. Whitford to Broussard. Broussard to his righty West. West down to Baird. Baird, good movement there through the middle by Whitford. Good job there by the power play unit of the Wolves. Couple little set play. Broussard able to keep that ball alive, but it is recovered by the Bandits. Rude has a run. The athletic Rude, finds Bungay off the bench. Bungay met by Tom. He's going to get a pick here from Thibodeau. Good effort there from the Wolves defense. A crease dive. That's going to be, it looks like he stepped in the crease. Was quick to call that, was the official. Usually that happens when it's obvious, but I'm just assuming he had the best view. Flip to Normando. Looks like a strong right setup here as Forsyth, Wheatley, and Muir on the right side. Normando and Bouchard on the left. Back to Wheatley, back to Normando. They get Dulong, now back to a strong left. Good shot there, is turned aside by Horn, but the rebound tried to get picked up, hits the roof. That's going to be a Bandits ball. McCullough quickly starts that. Has a lane, finds it. Oh my, great job there by 17, Trainer McCullough, to get the shorthanded marker by the Bandits. Let's get a second look at that. And the key to this is Trainer, he started the ball so quickly. As soon as the ball was in his stick, he looked, the ref blew, he's gone. He gets this inside track on Wheatley, protects the stick, great job there. Little bump, gets Cox thinking he's going to that far side, and a great job there to get it back on that short side goal. Great job, Trainer McCullough. And looks like we have an out-of-town update, as it is 3-1 Halifax over St. John Rapids after the first quarter. Winners of these two will face off against each other, as Puma and Bungay over on the far side are jostling. Recovered by Thibodeau. Thibodeau, 20 seconds left on the power, on the penalty, to kill. Opens up a little bit of lane, leaves that stick hanging, and it's chopped by O'Connell, but Bungay recovers. And that's going to be a reset gone the other way, as Barkhouse will get this over half for the Wolves. Even lacrosse now. Sneath almost disrupts that. Oh, as Locke is about to take another. That was unfortunately, I think Jesse didn't see him coming, as Locke ran right into the back of the Wolves player. Again, not the place you want Seamus Locke to be. Normando starts this up for the Wolves as they play catch up top. Dulong goes down to Muir. Muir steps around. Good save there from Horn, but the rebound spits out to Normando. And Normando is going to reach in for that as he bobbled the rebound. Davies looks off Rude, and he'll run this up the floor. As Rude changes, he's met by two Wolves. A good swim there from Davies. Little flip back to Beardsmore would be nice to get this double off of him, but unfortunately, good work there by the Wolves. And that's going to get picked up by Puma. Puma gets the reset there. The Wolves certainly moving in pairs, moving and protecting that ball well. Puma down to Lacroix. Lacroix will wait for the rest of his unit from the bench. Goes up to Broussard. Little hack down there from Beardsmore. Whitford goes back up top to Broussard. Broussard thinks about stepping in one, holds, and he is stopped by Horn. Horn gets that ball up to McCullough quickly. McCullough trying to do the same thing he just did. Oh, as the hard fake inside gets that ball to spit out of the stick, and recovered by Tyler Puma. Puma uses the Tom pick. Good job there by Rude to disrupt Puma enough to get that pass up and out of bounds. Bandits ball here. Beardsmore looks about going to Guthrow, but gets it over half. Firth tries to set that pick. Good job there by the Wolves. Puma to get that up to Stevenson. Stevenson makes no mistake. AJ Stevenson with a beautiful goal here. As it's Puma has two Bandits all over him. Gets that ball out to Stevenson. All the time in the world for Stevenson. He's dragging his body towards that short side post. And just gets Horn off his goal line enough to get it behind him. Bungay wins that draw to Watton. Watton gets that ball up to Guthrow. Guthrow finds Davies in the middle. That's going to be in the crease. The jumping attempt is turned aside by Noah Cox. O'Connell gets this ball over and gets the ball to Dulong. Dulong to Wheatley. Double pick there from Muir and Broussard. We have a delayed penalty here for the Bandits. Has 5 seconds left to work. Reset there. That's going to get not blown down until there's possession from the offending team. And Rude recovers that. Not exactly sure why somebody was clapping. Maybe they did not know. Looks like a slash here. Just sneak. Normando will start this power play up for the Wolves. 8-3 here for the visiting Sackville Sportwheels Wolves. The righties moving it around their side. Get it over to the lefty, Normando. Normando, oh my, a shot through traffic. Good job, use of the big body of Dulong. We'll get a second look here. As they're moving that ball down the right side, Muir goes back up to Wheatley. Wheatley will send that to Normando. Pick here from, and it's like a turn pick, like he's going to pick him twice, just allows Normando to get that short side shot off. And we are going to get a goaltender change here as Ashton Brown will come in the nets for the Dartmouth Bandits. Sackville up by 5. Certainly the game is still within hand, but the Bandits will have to stop taking penalties and have to start shooting up and down posts and on the ground. They cannot be happy with just taking. That's the thing. If you're a lacrosse player, there's a lot of lacrosse players in this league that can shoot hard. If you're shooting hard and it's hitting your the goaltender in the middle of the chest or going over, it doesn't matter how hard you shoot. Coaches would rather see an 85% shot that's up and down a post or somewhere, as long as you're getting that on net. If it's not on net, it's like fishing. If your line's not in the water, you can't catch fish. If you ain't hitting the net, you can't score goals. So you gotta dial it back a little bit if you're a young lacrosse player. Bungay O'Connell again do draw here after the goaltender exchange. McCullough goes down low to Guthrow. Guthrow tries to look to that left side as Locke and Puma are tangled. Guthrow keeps. Puma attacks. Guthrow looking to get that ball up to somebody. Turns around, tries to shoot. That's hits the official. No worse for the wear. Not the first time Chris Soucy's been hit with the ball, that's for sure. For those that you don't know, he's a goaltender and senior as well. Bouchard, trying to find Whitford in the middle. That's recovered by Sneath. Sneath has a lane on that far boards. He'll drag it up for the Bandits. Drops it. And Forsyth attacks. Forsyth all over him, but Sneath, good job to keep his feet moving. Gets the ball down low, unfortunately. Tries the one-handed pass through the middle. All that work for naught. Bouchard flips it to Tom. Tom recovers. Gets an inside move on Rude. Flips that ball over to Normando. Normando will wait for his offensive unit. 15 seconds left to work. Gets the ball to Lacroix. Lacroix drags the ball up top. Comes over. Goes down low to Muir. Muir tries that short side shot. That's going to be a back over as soon as it is hit by Noah. Firth has the ball on the left side. Gets it over to the righty Watton. Watton back to the left side and Locke. Locke all over him is Puma. Good pick there from Watton, but the stick is exposed. Normando off to the races. Oh, and a big save there from Brown, who is first attempt in net is a big one. Oh, as that almost ends up in a fast break for the Bandits. Good job there by Locke to get it up to Davies. Looks like too many men on the floor, call signaled by the official. Not sure if that was a penalty or a change of possession. Looks like it is going to be a penalty. It was the offensive team. 2 minutes for too many men on the floor. I do believe this is going to be the Bandits' first actual power play of the game. I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be their first full 2 minutes, or potentially full 2 minutes. Strong left set up here for the Bandits. Good pick from Beardsmore, opens up a lane. Good shot from trainer McCullough and recovered by Firth. Good effort there from the young, good job, young Firth. That ball spits out to Beardsmore. Full 30 here for the Bandits, as they need to get something going on this power play to stay in this game. Watton with a pick, gets the pass from Bungay. Good effort there from the two righties. Bouchard over to Barkhouse. Barkhouse tries to outrun Beardsmore. He's turned back, and he'll forced to throw the ball away, but Whitford thought he had the inside track on that, but Guthrow recovers. Guthrow gets that ball up to McCullough. McCullough does have help on the left side in Beardsmore. Now Locke as well out. Bungay, Thibodeau on the right side. Steps in. Good job by McCullough to keep creeping in as he exchanged with Locke. Locke, a big outside shot. That's recovered by Barkhouse. Barkhouse turns and runs. Oh, and the pass just misses Bouchard. He's had a lot of mustard on that one. Brown gets it to Thibodeau. Thibodeau will flip to McCullough. 22 seconds left to work for the power play unit. 20 left on the penalty. It's always dangerous when the shot clock expires around the same time as the penalties. It often leads in a fast break the other way if the shot is taken. Watton with an inside tech. Good job there. Puma is going to look to get this ball down. Tries to find Bouchard, but it hits the speakers in the middle. As that is what I was talking about. The attempt foiled by the speaker. McCullough down to Beardsmore. Locke trying to set a pick for his lefty partner, and does. Good job there. Gets the ball over to the right side. Bungay can't cover. Now does pick up the loose ball. Met by Bouchard and Barkhouse. Tries to find Thibodeau in the middle with a flip, but that's recovered by Puma. Puma will run this ball up the floor and has trainer McCullough in tow. And a timeout called by the Sackville Wolves. Not exactly sure why goaltender felt the need to take away the ball, as it's not going to be his ball anyway. I'm not exactly sure how much was left on the shot clock when they took that timeout. Looks like about 20 seconds. As the officials are waiting for the time to tick down. Looks like 19 seconds or so. Forsyth comes over the top, looks to Dulong, but goes to Normando. Normando rings that off the crossbar and off of the back of Brown, but stays out. Watton with a little bounce pass off of the boards to himself. Will drag that ball up over half. Thinks about flipping to McCullough. Ends up just passing to the left side now. 15 seconds left to work. Beardsmore picks on Puma. And a shovel pass intended for Bungay goes to the goaltender Cox. Recovered by Normando. Normando looking up the floor, finds Puma. Puma has Broussard coming off the bench. Broussard tries to go 5-hole on Brown. Brown able to close the wickets early. Gets that ball up to Beardsmore. Beardsmore trying to get Bungay off the bench. Bungay all over the place. This is recovered by Tom and carried over the half. Tom finds Wheatley behind him. Wheatley goes down to Muir. Muir on Guthrow. Backs himself in. Finds it. Oh, just misses wide. As I liked that attempt, but it was just wide of that far post. Recovered by Wheatley here. Whitford. Takes a shot, reset shot there with 5 seconds left. And that is going to be recovered by Fahey. Fahey can't come up with it as great body possession there from the veteran defender. And Beardsmore comes in with a moving pick, unfortunately, if you're a Bandits fan. Dulong is met by Davies, goes back to the right side, and Wheatley, good defense there from Brood. Good step shot from Muir, that's turned aside by Brown. Brown has been very good in relief here in the second quarter. Wheatley goes over the lefty, Broussard. Broussard steps into one, that's turned aside again by the left leg of Brown. Back to Broussard. As these extended shot clocks will eventually start hurting if the Bandits can't recover these loose balls. Another save and another recovery almost by the Wolves. Finally, the Bandits do recover. Guthrow will get that ball up and out by his feet. Good job there by Brown to keep the Bandits in a 6-goal spread. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. In this half of lacrosse, Locke up to McCullough, 15 seconds to work. Almost has a naked Firth on the crease. Locke steps into one, that goes wide. That's going to be a back over eventually as soon as it is touched by Puma. Oh no, just a reset. Excuse me. Over to Lacroix. Lacroix tries to find that no angle far post as it's been effective for the Wolves through the series. Normando up top to Puma. Puma has help in O'Connell. O'Connell thought he was going to shoot, but tries to feed Lacroix through the middle. And that's recovered by Brown and passed to Guthrow. Guthrow tries to get it over, gets it to Watts. Watts, a great catch there. 15 seconds left to work. And that is recovered by the Wolves. I thought the Bandits might try to take their first half time out there. Not exactly sure why they didn't. And that is the remaining time, in the half as that expires. After 2 quarters of lacrosse, it is the Sackville Sportwheels Wolves 9, Dartmouth Bandits 3. 6 goals are certainly nothing in lacrosse, but a big lead like this can look pretty daunting to young lacrosse players, but you just got to do it one bite at a time, one goal at a time, one play at a time. A lot of lacrosse left here from Cole Harbour Place. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in just over 9.5 minutes. And welcome back, ECJLL fans, as we are about to start the third quarter. Just wanted to let you know that the East Coast Junior Lacrosse League Women's Final starts this Tuesday. Wolves versus Hurricanes, 7:30 from Spryfield. Game 2 is Thursday in Sackville, and a Game 3, if needed, will go Sunday in Spryfield as they look to win the best of 3 for the first ever women's female ECJLL division. As well as Tuesday night, we'll see Game 3 of the Nova Scotia Senior Lacrosse League Finals between the Halifax Fighting Orangutans and the Halifax Hustle. That has been a back-and-forth series as Game 1 was low-scoring, just a score of 5-4 or 6-5. And then the Gunslingers coming out for Game 2 as it was a 17-14 final for the Hustle. That series 1 game apiece. The Bandits have to stay out of the box in this half. They have to cherish the ball, and they have to take better shots on Noah Cox. They cannot settle for the outside rips because the Wolves' defense has been very good, limiting chances. And the chances they do get are often turned aside by Noah Cox. As the Wolves come out looking like it's business as usual. Bandits will have Bungay on the draw, McCullough on the offensive restraining line. Watton, Davies, and Guthrow also out there. Looks like Guthrow will saunter over to the offensive restraining line. Wolves will have Dulong, O'Connell to take the draw, Puma, as well as, I'm assuming Puma again, and yes, Bouchard. And here we go. The third quarter is about to set off here from Cole Harbour Place. A packed crowd here watching this Game 3. It's a good win from Bungay. That ball spit up and recovered by Dulong. Dulong drops something but keeps the ball. He's going to recover this and wait for the last offensive unit, or the last offensive player of the unit, Joel Broussard, to get out there. He goes place catch with Dulong. Dulong over to the righty. Muir. That shot goes off of a Bandit, but not caught by the official. That's going to be a lucky break here for the Bandits. See if they can't use it. As Watton will jaunt up the floor. Has Thibodeau and Hendren off the bench. Firth and Beardsome on the left side. Firth now with the ball, looks to his right side, takes the shot. That's going to go through traffic and end up hitting Bouchard in the back of the leg. Recovered by O'Connell. Firth all over O'Connell as he pinches him, draws a great double and a triple, but that ball's on the ground. Great job there by the Bandits to force that 10-second violation on O'Connell. But they don't have anybody to pick up the ball. Thought Zeus was going to blow that one in early. Bungay, tries to get that ball up to Thibodeau. Almost picked off by Normando, but recovered. Thibodeau comes over the top, has Bungay down low. Bungay with the lane. A nice job by Bungay to go short side. Turned aside by Noah Cox. Forsyth goes the other way with it, has Normando. Will pull it out and wait for help. Goes back to Dulong. That pass was a little hot to handle. Dulong recovers, goes to Forsyth. Forsyth can't come up with that one. Gets it off the boards, goes back to Dulong. Dulong down to Whitford. Whitford thought he was going to use that pick from Dulong. 5 seconds left to work. Rings one off the pipe, and that's going to get recovered by the Bandits goalkeeper. Brown out to Rude. Rude does have help down, and Guthrow finds him. Guthrow looks off bench as Beardsome came out. Watton, another help on the right side, goes to Thibodeau. Thibodeau gets it to the lefty Beardsome. Sorry, Beardsmore. I'm getting him in another play. Looks like Beardsmore is going to take the penalty as he was slashed in the midsection. Firth comes in a little wild. cooler heads prevail. Looks like only the slash was called. The Bandits have the opportune time to take advantage and get back into this game here. Looks like Cooper Puma and O'Connell on top for the PK. Barkhouse and Bouchard down low. Active feet, active sticks you want from those top guys on the penalty killers as they got to move in and out quickly. Firth to McCullough and sets a pick. McCullough thought about using, goes around the pick with the shot. And Firth crashing, trying to get that ball back into the crease. Puma wisely lets it bounce through, and he'll toss that down to avoid the 10-second 10-second violation, excuse me. Watton flips to McCullough. McCullough to Locke. Locke has to stay out of the box here in this second half. Good work here from the right side. Goes back to the lefty, McCullough. McCullough down to Locke. And some movement here. Locke with a big outside shot. And that's going to end up in the throat of Noah Cox, up in his throat guard there. Bouchard will run this out for the Wolves. No, he looks and finds Dulong with a nice little outlet pass. Dulong using that big wingspan to safely get that ball around trainer McCullough. Rude meets him though, and a double from Davies gets that ball on the ground. Good effort there. Oh, I thought the Wolves were going to recover. But it ends up that the Bandits do is Rude. Good effort there from the standout hockey defenseman. Two-sport athlete. Good job by Locke to corral that bounce pass. Looks like a little hidden ball trick with McCullough. Locke still has it though. Oh my. As Locke beats him on the hidden ball trick. I didn't think it beat the goaltender. But we're going to get a second look here. As Locke and McCullough tried the little hidden ball trick. Locke drags it down low. McCullough doing a great job to sell it hard, but it doesn't, Noah Cox doesn't bite on it, but unfortunately gives up that short side and gets it behind the Wolves goalkeeper. Good job there by Locke to find the ball up, or put the ball up the post. Needs to take more shots like this if the Bandits want to continue trending in the right direction. If you're just tuning in, the Sackville Sportwheels Wolves here lead the hometown Dartmouth Bandits 9-4, 11:22 left in the third quarter. Not to mention Tuesday night runs game one of the female East Coast Junior Lacrosse League finals between Halifax Hurricanes and Sackville Wolves, as well as the game three of the Nova Scotia Senior Lacrosse League, the quest for the Fink Cup, as the Halifax Hustle will play the Halifax Fighting Orangutans at the RBC Center. Going to be a violation on the face-off. Goes to the Wolves. Wolves get that quickly to Whitford. Whitford all alone and gets Brown to open up and buries. As we see it, we'll get a second look here. The bouncing ball. Thought Guthrow was going to get it. It was a face-off violation. Picked up by Lacroix, I believe. And all the way down to Whitford. Whitford with nobody around him. Gets Brown to open up the legs and goes 5-hole. Every time the Bandits have been able to get momentum, the Wolves have been quick to snuff it out, not giving them much room to breathe. Puma recovers that ball on the draw. Good hack there from Watton. Dishes over to Normando. Normando looking for that far post. Misses it with a cannon, but recovers the loose ball. 15 seconds left to work here for the Wolves. Goes down to Whitford. Whitford goes inside roll, and he's met by Davies. Good job there from the Bandits' defense. Brown will walk this ball out. Good job there for him to bait the attacking Normando. Thibodeau, good effort to evade the three Wolves and finds a lane. Oh, handcuffs Locke with a pass. Might have been better to go to Beardsmore on that one. As the Wolves all thought it was going to go to Locke. Locke recovers here. 5 seconds left to work on the shot clock. Needs to get it on the cage here. Gets it to McCullough. McCullough with the big outside shot. That's recovered by the Wolves. Good job there to get the shot clock, or to get the reset, excuse me, and that's going to be a loose ball push as Beardsmore and Puma, I believe, run into each other. Wheatley now with the ball, flips, thought he was going to flip to Broussard, as all over him is McCullough. Good effort there from the two-way player from the shore. Broussard finds a creeping Forsyth. I thought he looks like he steps in the crease. A great job there. That's a nice attempt on cage from the Wolves. Davies runs this up for the Bandits. Gets it to Bungay. Bungay tries to find somebody on the left side. Tough pass there with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. And Hendren just has to come over that side of half. Puma picks that ball up and quickly gets the restart. That's recovered by Beardsmore. Beardsmore will get that over half. Has Locke, but met by 3 Wolves. Drops the shoulder and goes for a run. Ends up losing the ball in the process. Recovered by Stevenson. Stevenson has time and space. Will wait for his offensive unit to get on the floor. Flips to Wheatley. Wheatley to Lacroix. As the last lefty, Broussard gets out there. 12 seconds left to work. Big outside shot misses. That hits the back of the net. And recovered by Brown. Brown will flip that to Davies. Davies with some speed. Has a Wolf trailing him. Good pressure there from Lacroix. Good pick there from Thibodeau. Opens up a little bit of lane. But the flip to Hendren is bobbled. 15 seconds left to work for the Bandits. Hendren passes to Wadden. Wadden, nice little pick there from Hendren. And the outside shot goes wide, recovered by Thibodeau. Thibodeau turns and shoots again wide. And that's going to be a Wolves ball here as Wheatley recovers. Wheatley fakes the flip to Bouchard, keeps. Oh, this is the winner? Okay. Looks like we have the winner of 50-50. 604-6341. I'm not sure if anybody here will get the announcement because I don't think they're watching in the spin, but yeah. Yeah. That's a miscommunication there. Ends up Fahey has the ball for the Bandits. Gets the ball over to Guthrow. Guthrow to Locke. Locke trying to beat Cooper Puma. Nice little pick there from Firth. All over him is Tom. Another little pick from Firth. Opens a lane finally for Locke. Locke gets it over to Bungay. Bungay over the top. Just misses. Good effort there. Recovered the loose ball. Pickup by Cooper Puma. And he is off on a breakaway. Great job by Puma as we're going to get a second look at that. A beautiful goal. Puma with a great loose ball pickup. Wins that one-on-one battle and goes. You see him, he's cutting towards his side of the floor, giving himself the best opportunity to get a shot on Brown. And just moves, goes low. Great effort there from the defensive specialist, let's call him, Cooper Puma, who's been great on the draws as has been dominant in the loose ball battles, I should say. O'Connell, good job by Bungay to get that ball to Davies, excuse me. Davies drops, good hack from Beardsmore, puts that ball on the ground. As the Bandits need to better recognize where the ball is because these unforced turnovers are killing them here. That didn't need to happen, Mr. Davies. Whitford goes to Baird. Baird turns inside. Great job there. Good stop there from Brown. As the pass intended for Whitford's picked off by Rude. Rude will turn on the Jets. Guthrow comes over to support. Good job there from the two Bandits. Thibodeau out now. 20 seconds left to work for the Bandits on this shot clock. Thibodeau comes into Bouchard. Sees bench. 10 seconds left to work. Sees Bungay off the bench. Bungay. Big hard fake. Steps around. Good defense there from Bouchard. Not giving Bungay that top side, forcing him to take that shot, which is not an ideal shot that Bungay or Chris wanted, but a nice attempt at cage from 14. And good defense there from the Wolves captain. Bouchard will flip to Normando. Good effort there from Chambers. Yeah, Joe Chambers making his first appearance here in the playoffs for the Bandits. Sneath with a big hack there. That ball is going to get turned over, and the Bandits have possession. Julian tries to get the ball to Bungay and does. 20 seconds left to work for the Bandits. 5:27 left in the third quarter here. Bungay with a great inside move finds Beardsmore out front, as Beardsmore and Firth were fighting over that one a little bit. Ball quickly out to Normando. Normando will meet McDonald and Firth in tow. Firth throws another slash. As that ball is shot, goes off the boards all the way to O'Connell and recovered by Brown, as O'Connell and Firth, I believe, or McDonald, excuse me, tie each other up. Watts over to Rude to Beardsmore. Beardsmore going 1-on-4, trying to get that ball out to safety and wait for his help. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Good D here from Puma and O'Connell. It's going to be a loose ball push, let's call that one. Going to be a Bandits ball with a fresh 30. It is warm in Cole Harbour Place tonight, as I take a drink from my refreshing cup. That's recovered by Stevenson. Stevenson looking for his second one of the night. Oh, and a nice right-hand save from Brown. Brown can't recover that loose ball, but sets a nice pick there, allowing his defender to pick that ball up. And Firth, I thought Firth threw that ball away, but Forsyth called for something. That's going to go back to the Bandits. Watton trying the swim move over Forsyth. And he'll flip it to Hendren in the middle. Hendren has Puma all over him. Goes to McCullough, the lefty. Sets a pick for him and slides in. Nice little heads up from Hendren, as they're going to have to keep doing that if they want to draw even in this game. Nice try by Hendren to get the ball over to Bungay. Nothing doing on that one. Tom beats Guthrow. Guthrow able to actually get inside. Good job by the Dartmouth defender. Wheatley over to Broussard. Broussard comes over the top to that heart of the floor. Opts to pass to Baird. Baird steps into one. Through traffic. Big save there from Brown. Brown has been sharp in relief of Horn. Now Rude making an attempt on cage. Can't find the back of the net. Good effort there from the defensive specialist. Recovered by Fahey with 16 seconds left to work. Gets it back to Rude. Rude this time waits for help, as he should move the ball here. Good job there as he gets it to McCullough. 5 seconds left to work. McCullough gonna have to get that ball on cage. Nice try trying to find Fahey on that, creeping in on that crease. But that was disrupted. Bouchard will start this up for the Wolves. Bouchard flips to Normando. Normando goes to Dulong. 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Goes to O'Connell. O'Connell goes back to Dulong as they play catch up top. Dulong. Nice little pass to O'Connell. He's robbed by Brown. Brown with trying to find Sneath in the middle. That's recovered by Dulong. Back to Normando. Fresh 30 here for the Wolves. Wheatley dragging the ball low. Met by Watts, That shot off a leg. 15 seconds left to work, and Sneath is going to take a slashing penalty. Unfortunately, unnecessarily Just a good job there by Brown to make the save there. Oh, looks like a high stick call and a my time for the refs. He's going to get a break here, get a drink of water. Looks like Sneath will go for 2 minutes or less for the high stick. As Locke, late from the room, might have had to go back for a equipment issue. He's going to come out and be on this penalty kill here. Two minutes, 4 seconds left in the third quarter here at Cole Harbour Place. Sackville Sportwheels Wolves lead your hometown Dartmouth Bandits 11-4. In the best of 5 series, they are up 2-0. This game could mean the season, and Dartmouth has to play like that. As looks like Watton not happy with Whitford's little collision there with the Bandit. So I'm not sure exactly who went down. Looks like Guthrow, and Whitford will go. Good job by the... That's unfortunate there, as Watton also takes 2. I know he was just sticking up for his teammate. That don't have an issue with taking a penalty, sticking up for your teammate, that's for sure. I just do not feel it should have been maybe called. But that's my personal opinion. It's going to be Wolves' ball as the Bandits took the last penalty. As you know, the play was called dead because the Wolves committed a penalty, and then we took one, or the Bandits took one during the stoppage in play, giving the Wolves back the ball. Broussard will start this up. Has Bouchard on his left side. Wheatley and Muir on the right side. Back to the lefties here. Broussard goes back to Wheatley. Wheatley down to Muir. Muir gets pushed in the crease there by Locke. Great job there as he likes that inside roll. Good pick there from Root. Opens a little lane. Need more of that. Looks like it's going to be a too many men call, or a too many men call for the Wolves, I think. Could have been something behind the play, but very... Looks like we're going to get a 3-on-3 lacrosse here in a few minutes. The Bandits will look to kill as much of this to try to get them a power play at the end of this. I don't know if it will happen. 3 seconds left to work. Need a reset here. Over to Bungay. Bungay needs a shot now. No, can't get it off, unfortunately. And it is a too many men call. Locke, McCullough, Bungay out here for the Bandits. Looks like Puma and Bouchard out as Cooper is up top against Locke. Bouchard over there on Bungay. As Bungay, the lone righty, trying to make a play on the net. Good defense there from Bouchard, disrupts that. Bouchard has Normando in the middle. Normando back to O'Connell. O'Connell finding space behind Brown. As we get a second look here, Bouchard just finds Normando in the middle. Normando jaunts towards the net. Sees O'Connell alone in the middle. That late change. All that time and space, makes no mistake, does O'Connell. Dulong Bungay again set to take the draw here. Bandits trail by 8 with just 35 seconds left in the third quarter. will have to dig deep for the final, but are playing 3-on-3 lacrosse here for at least another 30 seconds. Locke drops the shoulder, goes inside, tries. Oh, as he's taken to the hoop with O'Connell. As the net comes ajar. O'Connell has something to say for Locke. O'Connell, I think, looking for a dance partner the way he's moving his hands. Somebody, you keep asking to dance, somebody will eventually dance with you, my friend. Locke has this ball on the wrong side of the floor for him as he drags it back to his proper side. Beardsmore looking to set a pick on that big Dulong. And again on O'Connell, opening up a lane for Seamus Locke to shoot. Locke, great shot, but that's eaten up by Noah Cox. And no rebound on that one as O'Connell gets it up to Dulong. Dulong flips to Forsyth. Forsyth on the wrong side of the floor will have to work to get to his proper side. No, he won't, as that expires the third quarter. As the Bandits trail by 8 here, season on the line, have to do something in the last 15 minutes. You got 30 opportunities at shot clocks in 15 minutes, so let's see if the Bandits get something going there. We are going to take a short break for 4.5 minutes, and I'll see you to start the fourth quarter. Thanks for tuning in. And we are back as we are about to start the fourth and final quarter here from Cole Harbour Place. Game 3, Bandits down 2-0 against the visiting Sackville Sportwheel Wolves. A wise man once said that he didn't say anything. But these Bandits need to get something going here. Down by 8 in the fourth. We'll see if they can make something of tonight. Great crowd here at Cole Harbour Place. Warm arena. And certainly it's been a great game of lacrosse despite the scores. Goals and saves on both ends of the floor. Bungay Dulong set to do battle here again. Win by Bungay, recovered by Locke. That's going to be a violation. As that was pretty funny as Puma kicked the leg out of Davies, gave him a little trip there. Accidentally, I believe. Dulong looks to the bench, finds Broussard. Broussard goes low on Julian. Goes back to West. West on the wrong side of the floor will work to his proper side. Drags the ball back up top. As they're killing, I forgot, he will not make the attempt at cage. Gets the pass to Broussard. Broussard finds a lane. Inside shot, no shot. As I think that hit the ground. Julian recovers there for the Bandits. And he'll get the ball safely over half, but that's flipped up and recovered by Puma. Puma going the other way here. O'Connell steps back. Good job here, killing from the Wolves. Reset shot there. Not exactly sure when the penalty expires, as it is off the clock now. Still only 4 out for the Wolves. Finally getting a 5th out. Normando over the top. Stops, moving his feet. Gets the ball to West. West turns and shoots. That goes wide. Normando picks up a rebound. That is recovered and put on net. Right into the stick of Brown. Brown gets that up to Locke. Locke has Normando in tow, gets the pass over to Bungay. Bungay just behind him. As it is certainly important to lead your passes. Good job by Bungay to get it to Locke. Locke with the attempt at cage. That's turned aside by Noah Cox. And a back in there, uncharacteristic from the Wolves. Good job there by Locke to start it up early. Again, cannot get the pass to Bungay. Gets the pass to Thibodeau. Thibodeau with the flying attempt. That's going to get picked up by Normando. Normando, little toe drag on Beardsmore. Beardsmore with big hack. Gets the ball to Dulong. Dulong with the inside track. Oh my! Oh, it's a nice attempt there from Dulong. He steps in the crease. But a pump fake short side goes far side. Outweights the goaltender. But unfortunately steps in the crease. Guthrow with a little spin move. He is met by Stevenson. Stevenson turns him back. 20 seconds left to go. Oh, and I think we have I'm not exactly sure. I thought he separated his shoulder or something on that one, unfortunately. A 5-minute high stick. If you're gonna start somewhere with a late game comeback, it can start on a 5-minute penalty here for the Bandits, but they have to get something going here. Have to get the momentum going early. Locke starts this up. Has McCullough and Firth on the left side, Watton and Bungay on the right. As a moving pick is going to get called on that one as Puma gets pushed into Locke. Bouchard quickly gets that up to Tyler Puma. Puma one-on-one here with McDonald. Good job by McDonald to wait for help. Oh, gets the inside track. He's going to step on the crease. Rude gets that up quickly to Locke. Locke with some time. Oh, a shot while he's falling down. Just misses. Had some light in that top corner. That is a good job there. Looks like a slashing call behind the play. Not exactly sure which way it went. Looks like Locke just took a 10-minute misconduct as well. After the 2-minute slash, not exactly what you want to see from one of the best goal scorers on the floor when he wants to be. I don't know what somebody just yelled, but I can tell you that the 10-minute misconduct was warranted with the language I heard, so no sense on arguing that one. Broussard over to Wheatley. Wheatley will wait, goes back to the left side, and Dulong down to Broussard. Broussard steps into one. Another shot where he looks like he's going that outside and drags the ball back to the short side. Very tough shot to stop. Rude with a little bit of space. Good back check there from Dulong. Puts that ball on the ground. Wheatley will recover that. Wheatley drags the ball to the far side. Whitford uses the Bouchard pick, goes over the top. Turned aside by Brown, but recovered by Bouchard. Bouchard over to the righty, Wheatley. Wheatley's going to get a pick here from Muir. As they switch on D, inside roll. That's recovered by Sneak, but again, an unforced, like, you have to see where that ball is. The ball's nowhere near the player, the ball's on the floor. You guys have to communicate on D. Frustrating a turnover there if you're Bandits. Good save there from Brown, and the same thing goes the other way as McDonald gets pushed from behind. And Davies takes the ball the other way, and there you have it. McDonald just cross-checked him 100 feet away from the net, right where the official was. You're never, ever, ever, ever going to get that call. Bouchard starts this for the Wolves. Gets it to Broussard. Pick from Whitford, goes over the top, does Broussard. That's big save from Brown off the shoulder. Broussard back up to Forsyth. Forsyth down low to Wheatley. Wheatley back up top to Broussard. Good movement here from the Wolves. Big save there from Brown, but the rebound spits right back out to Wheatley. An extended shot clock here for the Wolves. Broussard looks to the bench for a word of advice. 5 seconds left on the Bandits penalty, as they will start the kill here soon. Broussard passes to Forsyth. That's recovered by Brown. Brown up to Rude, Rude is pressured by Wheatley. That ball's on the ground. Gonna get a loose ball push. That ball's forced up to Watts. Watts can't handle it. That's a good job by Forsyth. Puma drops the shoulder, but the ball comes loose. Watts gets that ball on the ground. Looks like we do have a high sticking penalty here against the Wolves. Against the Bandits, as Watts takes the 2 minutes for high sticking. West will start this 4-on-4 lacrosse here for the Wolves, 4-on-4 for the Wolves. 4-on-4 here. Whitford. Good work by Dulong to open some sides, or open up some space on the left side. Back to Dulong, goes West. That ball's going to get recovered by Davies. Davies moves with speed, has two Wolves on him. O'Connell and West decides to pull out and wait for help. Good job there from the defender. As he gets the ball to McCullough. McCullough with West in tow. West will change. 15 seconds left to work. Big step in here from McCullough. McCullough over to Thibodeau. Thibodeau finds Firth in the middle. Firth, a great shot there. Turned aside by Cox, and a good job by Firth to get the rebound. And an extended shot clock here for the Bandits. Good pick there from Firth. The fake from McCullough goes far and wide and recovered by Dulong. Dulong off to the races, met by Julian. Puts the shoulder down in Julian, and just misses that far post. As it looks like Cole Julian's going to take some liberties with Dulong behind the net. Dulong doing the great thing, knows that he's got another series to play and will not buy into that. Smart play from number 4 by Sackville. Mature young man. Wheatley will start this off for the Wolves as they have a 4-on-3 power play here for 53 seconds or less. Wheatley to Normando. Normando down to Lacroix on the left side. Back to Normando up top. Up top. Down to Muir. Muir steps in. Nice little fake and a shot low. That's turned aside by Brown. Picked up again by Normando. Good pass over to the righty Wheatley. Wheatley steps in, goes back to Normando. Normando down to Muir. Muir. Oh, and the underhand shot beats Brown. As we'll get a second look here. I'm not sure if that went inside or outside the leg, but a great job here. As Muir has the big body is sneaked to shoot around. Wheatley back to Normando. Normando sees Muir creep up a little bit. Good job. I think he actually shoots through the legs of Sneath as well. Bungay. Oh, looks like there's too many Bandits on the floor. As Bungay will have McCullough and Watton behind him. And it's recovered by O'Connell. As Watton gets tangled up with Puma. The Pumas, I should say, both of them. And looks like Watton, another unforced penalty here as he slashes the back of West. As this is not how you dig yourself out of a hole. Broussard steps into one here. That goes looking for the far corner. Looks like Watton will go for two or more. Not exactly sure. Two for the slash is the only call. We're going to get a quick water break here for the goaltenders. Broussard starts this ball with 7 minutes left to go in the fourth and final quarter, as the Wolves are looking to go to the dance here for the first time in many, many moons. West goes down low to Forsyth. Forsyth back up to West. West goes to his lefty, Bouchard. 12 seconds left to work. Goes back to the righty, West. Broussard creeping in the bounce pass in the middle. Can't get corralled by Broussard. All over him is Fahey. Fahey, good save there from Brown. As Fahey's looking for a dance partner and throws Broussard to the ground. And he's going to get the gate. Not exactly sure why he's mad at the official, but okay. Just go. And maybe it's not my place to say this, but where was all that effort in the second? Like, I mean, everybody's full of PISS and vinegar right now, and that could have been better utilized in the second quarter. I actually thank you very much, Brendan Smithson, for the correction, as the Wolves were actually in the finals last year. But this looks like a new script for the finals, as we could see the Wolves and the Hurricanes. West finds Whitford on the crease. Whitford able to stay out. Little falling behind the back attempt. Oh, Bungay gets dumped by Whitford, as Bungay has had a rough night. He's been utilized on both ends of the floor. I have no idea. Somebody's yelling in the stands, and they look like an idiot. West steps into the shot, turned aside by Brown. Recovered by Forsyth, over to Broussard. Broussard rolls that to Forsyth, asks for it back. Big shot there, pays the price for the shot as Davies lays into him. A great hit there from the defender. As the Bandits thought they had somebody released, but unfortunately not. They will have to stay down 2, as more penalties incurred after the original. 12 seconds left to work for the Wolves as they play catch around the perimeter. Lacrosse thinking about stepping into one, goes over to West. West steps into it, and that beats Brown. Unfortunately, it does look like Guthrow is going to head to the hospital, because I think I see him walking out. A tough loss for the Bandits. As he has played big minutes for them through this series and all season long. Five on four here for at least, well, it looks like they're running the clock here. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the fourth and final quarter. That's Davies and Pumas again. The battle between the two continues. Thibodeau tries to find Sneath. So that ball is going to be recovered by Dulong. Good job there by Sneath to try to force some effort, but ends up taking the penalty. Bouchard down to Wheatley. Wheatley will wait for help here. Normando down to Broussard. Broussard steps into one. That's turned aside and recovered by Brown. I wasn't sure. Bouchard starts this up for the Wolves as there's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth and final quarter. As this is all clock management from the Wolves. Let it tick down without any injuries in the last couple minutes or any suspensions. Good save there from Brown. Rebound goes out, recovered by Wheatley. And again, they'll do the same thing, I am sure, as they'll eat up a lot of this shot clock and then send it at the cage again. And we are back to perimeter passing, which is, I think a lot of people underestimate how important clock management is, especially like not in the fourth. Like in the third, it's important. Good shot off there. As that's turned aside by Brown. Bouchard to Whitford. As they will continue to let the clock tick down without doing much. They don't need much. They have this game in hand. As one penalty will expire in 12 seconds. Dulong, Whitford. Whitford steps into that. Eaten up by Brown. Brown outlets it to Rude. Rude has Wheatley all over him. He'll turn on the Jets. Good job. Good attempt to protect the ball. That's going to go off of White and recovered. Looks like we have some action between Tom and McDonald, I believe, in the bench area. As the time ticks on, the clock runs. 28 seconds here left before we can actually call it here. 17 as the time continues to tick. As Cox started sweeping the floor. A little cheeky there, nothing wrong with that. Good effort there as the Sackville Sportwheels Wolves are off to the finals after sweeping the Dartmouth Bandits 3-0. Great team effort from the Wolves. and shock in the Bandits bench. Well deserved from the athletes and coaching staff of the Sackville Sportwheels Wolves. It's a great effort all season long to see this team compete the way they did in playoffs. That's a great job there by Coach Jay Titchmarsh, Kyle Peace, Ben McKay, and Cody Marsh. I know Chris Clark plays a huge role in that organization as well, keeping those athletes able to fight as hard as they do. And a good effort here from the Bandits goalkeeper, Ashton Brown, who was strong in relief. Good effort here from all Bandits. But it was the Wolves night tonight for sure. And that is all from Cole Harbour Place. Thanks for tuning in. The East Coast Junior Lacrosse League finals start, I'm not even sure if it's actually announced yet. We got to wait until the end of the Hurricanes Rapids series. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you in the finals.